Good morning, y'all. Marlene Bush, Stitching by the Lake, Hot Springs, Arkansas. It is Thursday something, March 19th. Tomorrow's my youngest brother's birthday. Uh, I'm back for my second chat from my prayer chair. A couple of you commented on that in my last video. This is a stressless recliner that I have in my bedroom, and it has a little stool out in front. It's very comfortable. This is where I sit in the mornings to do my devotions and in the afternoons to take my naps. Or when I just need a moment of peace, I come here. I've surrounded myself with things that I love in this room. To my right, I'll swing around right here, I have one of those little three-tiered carts. Y'all know the kind, we use them for stitching. And I have my Bibles and my devotion books and all that stuff in there, along with my drink and my notebook and my pens. And up above me, these are two cross-stitch pictures that I saved at a thrift shop. They're very peaceful colors, and I liked them, so they're there. And then over here to my left, I'll try to show you the view. That's the view out that window. There are 3 windows right there. And I don't know if this will work or not. Well, I can go a little farther. There's the second of those windows. By the time I get around to the third, you're going to start seeing probably some mess in the background. My lemon tree is right there, and that's the reason why I turned this, so I could tell y'all about the lemon tree, because somebody asked me about that as well. I moaned and groaned about it in an earlier video, because when we brought it in, every year that we've brought it in since I got it about 4 years ago, it drops every single leaf. It doesn't like the coming in from outside to inside, so it just drops all its leaves, and then the leaves come back. The first year, one of my daughters gave it to me for Mother's Day, and it had about 6 lemons. It's a Meyer lemon tree, and they were wonderful. I've never had another lemon. I have blooms, and the blooms fall off. So every year when we bring it in, we try a different room to see if it likes that room any better. This year I brought it to my bedroom, and it has loved my bedroom. Despite the fact that all the leaves fell off, it has come back out. It's got leaves. It has 3 lemons that have been growing for a month or so, and it has a ton of blooms. I feed it, and it's making blooms, but unfortunately right now the blooms they're not making lemons, or if they do, they're just tiny and then they fall off. I think it's because we have had, I don't know, 10 or 11 days straight of rain. Our news people are, I don't know what's wrong with them. This is not a good thing, people. They keep counting up the days because at some point we're going to get to where it's a record, and I think they're looking for that record since we started keeping records in Arkansas back in the 1800s. I think it was 12 days was the longest number of days we've had rain in a row. And they're trying to reach that, I think. I don't want that. I want sunshine. And we are supposed to get it on Saturday. I hope so. But I have been raising my blinds. This room has just those plantation blinds. Is that what those are called? I don't know. White, wide wooden blinds. Really heavy. So I raise them every day to give them the maximum amount of light. And they like that. But they bloom on the side of the tree that's getting that light, and the other side the blooms fall off. So I've quit. I was switching it, turning it from side to side, and I've stopped doing that. One side's just going to have to be bare, I guess. I don't know. Okay, what else do I have to tell y'all today? Jordan is home. Our granddaughter, that many of you know, was spending a semester in France studying abroad. This is her last semester. She graduates from college in May. And she, of course, was one of the students that was called home. So she got home a couple of nights ago, and we are very grateful for that. She is being self-quarantined in her room at home. My daughter has, in her house, there's a little separate apartment like a mother-in-law's quarters. And Jordan's room is in that part of the house. So she is self-quarantined there. And Cade is quarantining the other side with Tammy, the great-grandson that's 3, because he has the flu. So they're kind of a house split. Bless their heart. She's delivering food to Jordan and staying herself with Cade. I hope, because she's had the flu shot and she's had the flu this year, that she will not get it again, but who knows. And Cora's doing great, by the way. Cora's home too. She came home yesterday. She weighed 6 pounds 1 ounce, was 18 inches long, is a loud baby, not crying baby, but loud. She grunts and coos and purrs and whatever. I've gotten a couple of videos of her. I'll be happy when I get to see her and hold her, but that's going to be a while longer yet, I'm afraid. Well, I've been in this house. Today's the 8th day that I've been in here. She's been out, and her mom's been out, and her dad's been out, so I don't want to be around them either. So we're just going to do the best we can in a difficult situation. Let's see, what have I been doing? I'm looking at my notes, y'all. I'm still cleaning. I finished up my kitchen, except I just remembered that I didn't do the ceiling fan in there, so I'll need to dust that. I haven't done the floor. I'm going to just do all the floors at one time, so I'm waiting. I've moved into my bedroom. I have 2 closets in here, and yesterday one of them I emptied out completely, took it all out and put it on the bed and dusted down the walls and the shelves and vacuumed the floor and all that. Sorted and organized and had a sack full to go out to the storage building where I keep my off-season clothing. And got it all put back up so it's nice and neat. My sandals are out and ready for summertime. My boots are up and gone since we surely will not have any more cold weather. The second closet I will work on a little bit later, maybe today, but maybe not till tomorrow. It's going to be an easier one. It doesn't. It's most of my hanging up clothes, so it'll be a lot easier. But today I have started washing. My sheets are in the washer. I'm going to wash all of the coverlets that I have on there. I have several layered coverlets on my bed, so I'll be washing all of those today. And that's going to take a good part of the day. So that's my plan for this day. A couple of days ago, y'all, I made some potato cheese soup, and it was wonderful. I know that as y'all are staying home with your children, you're going to be looking for new things to make, and supplies get a little bit low. But I have found in the past that children love potatoes almost any way you fix them, mashed potatoes or French fried or whatever, and they like cheese. So this is a recipe that I think they will eat. We love it here at my house, and it sneaks in a couple of vegetables. I took some butter. You do whatever amount you want, or use oil if you want. It doesn't matter. And I sauteed, or just kind of softened, some onion and celery and carrots chopped up pretty fine. And then I added to that, let's see, what did I do? I added chicken broth, and you could use bouillon. And I peeled and cut up potatoes, and I boiled my potatoes. Now, I happen to have some dehydrated hash browns. I have a dehydrator, and I like to dehydrate especially frozen hash browns because they're great for thickening potato soup. And I put those in there and cooked them for a while. But if you have instant mashed potatoes, you can use a little bit of that to thicken your soup. Or you can take out some of the potatoes and mash them up real good and put them back in, and that will thicken it up a little bit. Once you've done that and everything is done, I added Velveeta cheese. And you just add however much you want and let it melt. Heat it until it's all good and melted. And then the last few minutes, I add a little bit of sharp cheddar cheese. You don't have to do that, but I like the flavor it adds. And obviously, you're going to need to season with salt and pepper and maybe some parsley. Very, very good. Jerry and I eat it until it's gone. I think you could probably freeze it, but I've never had any left to freeze, so I can't say that for sure. But try it and see if your children will eat it. You can even chop up some broccoli real fine and put it in there at the last, when just enough for it to get done. I love broccoli cheese soup personally. I don't know many children that love that, but you could add a little bit and they probably wouldn't notice a taste or anything like that. So that'd be good. I do have a finish to show you. I was working on, I don't know why my light's changing, I guess the clouds. Brenda Gervais December wordplay. My friend Judy sent me this pattern. Thank you, Miss Judy. And I finished it last night. I put it on that week's straw that I told y'all in the last video that I was really liking that fabric. 35 count weeks straw. And I used the called for threads, but I didn't always use them in the same places that she did. The little trees are not showing up very good. They're done with a really light color green. There, that's a little better. You can see the trees, but the rest of it you can see better like this. I have been making these. This is my fourth one, and I've been making these into just a little pin pillow. And that's what I plan to do with it. I want them all in one bow when I get them all made. I think that's all I have. I found on YouTube a station, a channel that I had watched years ago and had forgotten about. It's called Depression Recipes, I think is the name of it. A young man videoed his grandmother, I think it was a college project maybe, cooking like they did during the Depression. Her name is Clara. She has passed on, but her videos are all still on there, and they're not very many, but I found them very interesting, and I've started back watching them again. Yesterday, the one I was watching, she was cooking couscous. Her father lived in Africa as a child and learned to love it there, and so she was showing that recipe. But she shows a lot of others that you might not want to cook, but I just thought they were interesting. So if you're looking for something to do, that's another good one. And also, don't forget that Caroline at Off the Grid Needle Arts is doing daily videos right now, and so are a couple of other people. And I didn't write those down, so I'm not going to remember them. I apologize for that. Abby at Bella Stitch is. I told y'all she was doing that. So y'all be sure and watch them in the times that you're sitting and stitching to pass a little bit of time. I hope you're doing well. I hope that everyone is feeling good and that you're passing the time in a way that is pleasing to you. And I will see you again in a couple of days. Bye-bye.